Hello, welcome. I'm doing Q&A stuff while making thumbnails. This one is for Shadowbringers. This is not a guide, this is me just answering random things people have asked while making a random video. I just want the thumbnail to be part of the playlist. I also forgot to say bye in the last one, so sorry if you missed out. Okay, this next question, will Ippo ever go back to boxing? I don't know what that means. Who is Ippo? Is this like an actual person or is this another anime reference? Looks like it's another anime reference. I don't have information and I don't want to be part of any like internet arguing and stuff. So I'm gonna say I don't know. But people should take breaks when they're tired and they should find what makes them happy and satisfied with life. I think that's the best thing that you can do. And respect others for the decisions they make in their lives. Okay, next question. Hardest class in Final Fantasy XIV? This is a subjective question, right? Like the hardest class for me is definitely going to be different than the hardest class for somebody else. So my answer is very specific to me. I would say Black Mage or Monk is the most difficult ones for me. And that's mainly because I do not have the patience to cast and stand still that is required for Black Mages. And then with Monk, I don't have the patience to deal with positionals, and the names of the skills aren't as intuitive to me. Because like at least with Black Mage, for example, it's like fire and like, you know, whatever, ice, blizzard stuff. And I'm like, okay, so that like does damage. But when the monk job skills are things like the quarrel or, you know, whatever other animals, I'm just like, what does that even mean? And so it takes me like a few more beats to like understand and to make the connection. And so I don't like it that much, but also very specifically, I'm not as into doing positionals and stuff when fighting melee. Like, I prefer running around doing whatever, wherever. Shadowbringers? Is there an S in Shadowbringers? Yes, there is. So yeah, I would say Black Mage and Monk. And that's very specific to how I think. And I wouldn't say objectively that that is more or less difficult objectively. Like, some people really don't like healing. I really like healing. And that's because it's so chaotic and it changes all the time. And I like tanking because I like feeling like I'm protecting people and leading the pack and, you know, taking the hits for people. And like positioning the boss or the enemies in places to help other people do their jobs better. Like, I like that. Healing, it just feels so different. It feels like I'm playing a different game when I'm healing, and I prefer that. And then my main like DPS job would be playing Machinist, and that's just because everything happens in such a snappy way. It's very fast, and I prefer to play like that. Just because I have ADHD, and so my brain is always just like all over the place. And so I need something with the same vibe so that I can stay focused. Whereas with like Black Mage, as I'm casting, I'm just gonna like start unfocusing my eyes and like thinking about other things, and so I don't have the patience. I don't have the executive functioning or the patience to like wait and like think about that kind of stuff. Okay, next question. How much do you bench? And how often do you work out? When I was actively trying to get into weightlifting and stuff, I think the most that I benched was like 60 or 70 pounds, which I don't know if that's a lot. for a girl, or if that's a little, I don't know. But I'm a generally weak person because of my health conditions. And so it's really difficult for me to do like kind of strength training stuff as much as I would like to. Because like I definitely have this almost type A attitude towards things. Like I don't like being told I'm not allowed to do stuff. And so if there's a challenge, I want to like go overcome the challenge. And so if I see a heavy box and people are like, you can't lift that, I'll be like, excuse me, and then I'll go try to lift it, and I'll get really mad if I can't lift it. And so I try to like do exercises and things to be self-sufficient and independent, but I've encountered too many injuries that I'm actively trying to be more mature about the situation and learn my actual limits and stuff. And so yeah, I haven't gotten back into weightlifting since my last injury, and so I've been trying to do more like chill exercises. How often do I work out? I used to work out every day, but recently like I got this like mysterious injury. Like for the past 3 years, like once a year, I would get this really bad pain in my right abdomen. And that's also why I started playing Final Fantasy XIV more, just because I can just sit still. But basically whenever I would like breathe too deeply or move too fast or something, like it would flare up. And I got all these tests and stuff, and there's like literally nothing's wrong with you. And I was like, bro, then why does it hurt? So, and it would only happen like once a year, but then it would last for 2 to 3 weeks, like the pain. Like they checked the appendix, they checked my liver, they checked the gallbladder, they checked my ovaries, all these things, and they're just like, everything was great, like everything's coming out very positive, like as in nothing is wrong. Literally they would say your tests are boring, and that's a good thing because there's nothing outstanding coming out of it. And so I was like, yeah, it is weird, okay. But that meant I had to just rest. And so without any clear answer, I haven't really been enthusiastic about getting back into working out extensively like I used to. So yeah, I'm kind of just a jello now. I don't like it, but it is what it is. I kind of need to just wait a little bit more until I'll feel comfortable getting into more intense exercise and stuff. I think it's like in some ways I kind of feel like my personality offsets like this body that was given to me because like I get sick a lot and I have really bad allergies. I'm very sensitive to like foods, which I think is one of these other questions here. What's your diet like? I'll answer that once I get to it. And so in some way I needed to balance myself out because like I really don't like feeling like a weak person. And I know that there are moments where it's good to be vulnerable and like be more in tune with your softer side, but like I don't like to sit in that for too long. I don't like feeling like a victim. I don't like getting pity from other people. And so when I want to like express myself in like a strong way physically and I'm just told no, either by actual people or by my body saying no, like I get so frustrated mentally. And yeah, it's something that I have to come to terms with. And when I don't come to terms with it, that's when I end up just like lifting something super heavy that my body's not ready for, and then I pull something or something like that. And so yeah, I don't remember what the question was. I think I answered the question, right? Yeah. Okay, next question. What race character did you play before becoming Ghost Guide? I played the same character playing Ghost Guide. The same race and character. As in a Lalafell. A girl Lalafell. I don't remember the name of which race is that. Like, isn't Lalafell the race? But then there's like the other names, right? This one time someone was like, let me see your eyes so I can see which Lalafell you are, and I was like, okay. So I just stood there, and they're like, I can't see your actual eyes, and I'm like, sorry, okay, bye. So I don't know, it's something about cat eyes, like the bigger cat eyes. Lalafell eyes. Lalafell races. What are their types? Plains folk or dunes folk, I think. I think it's on plains folk. I can't tell exactly what the difference is right now, but I'm pretty sure I chose plains folk. A Lalafell. Okay. And that's what my main character is. Squidward tentacles? Question mark. I don't know what the question is, but that reminds me. When I was younger and I watched SpongeBob, I always thought Squidward was like such a downer, and I didn't really like him that much. But then as I grew up, I was just like, dang, Squidward is just trying to live his life, and like he actually knows what's up. Like, so I've become more cool with Squidward over the years as I've gotten older. When I was in school, though, you know, I liked SpongeBob, but there was a moment in time when I didn't, because like a bunch of the kids in the other class started like giving each other nicknames based on SpongeBob, and then some of the kids in my class ended up joining in on that and adding to it, and then it became all the girls had these nicknames from SpongeBob, but I didn't have one, and I was just very upset, and I felt alienated because I was like, the girl who keeps calling me her best friend is giving everybody nicknames, but she didn't give me one. Excuse me, don't call me your best friend. Then it was a whole thing. Middle school drama. Okay, we're done with this Shadowbringer. I forgot the S. I looked it up and everything. Okay. Man, now it's gonna get all squashed. Okay, that's fine. That's too much. That's too much. Okay, what was the other question? What's your diet like? So I eat chicken, broccoli, rice, you know, the things most people who weightlift eat, but also just in general because it's healthy. And also it's just simple to make for me, and I prefer that because with my ADHD, my executive functioning is just not great. And so if I have a routine down, I do well. You know, I eat well, I sleep well, all these things. I can function well. And so typically I will wake up and I will make a huge meal and then pack it up and just eat that throughout the day. So I'll make rice and I'll steam some like vegetables like broccoli or green beans or carrots or whatever. And then I'll cook some chicken, and then it's enough for me just to eat that throughout the day. If I wake up and I'm feeling too hungry to like function, then I'll have like a banana or like toast and jam. Not toast, I don't really toast my bread, but like the bread and jam. My roommate and I got this bread maker, and so I'll make bread. But when he went to Japan, I wasn't eating the bread that fast. I discovered that you can freeze the bread, and then it kind of still tastes fresh once you take it out of, like, you let it sit overnight in the fridge, and then it still tastes good. So yeah, I've been doing that. I do have other foods. It's not like I'm against eating other things. It's just difficult for me if I'm gonna have to make like something new every single day. It's like that's a lot of planning and thinking that I don't really have the ability to, well, I have the ability to do it, but it will take away from other things. Like, it will take the spoon theory, like how many spoons you have, as in like how much energy do you have per day to do things. Like, it would use too many spoons to change up how, like, the types of meals I eat. And because I'm just okay eating the same things like all the time, it's just not a problem for me to do that, because it makes the rest of my life, my daily life, simpler. If it's like a special situation though, like if like something big happens and I want to do something fancy, then yeah, I'll like cook something else that's fancy. Like, I'm a good cook. I can cook a lot of different things, but if I'm just by myself, I just eat very simple stuff like that. I like to have apple juice if I'm struggling on a project and I need to focus, because I watched this video once by this doctor, psychologist dude. He's popular in the ADHD community, and he was like, yeah, like taking little sips of a sugary drink like juice or something can help you focus. And when I started doing that, I was just like, oh my god, this is helping so much, because it gives me like tiny little like boosts in dopamine, so I can focus just a little bit in that moment. And then through the course of whatever project, like, I'm sipping this apple juice and then I'm able to get my work done. So yeah, I wouldn't say I'm like super healthy, but I do end up eating healthier foods in general just because it's easier for me. Yeah. Okay, done with this one. I'm gonna work on the next one. Bye.